Ah, oui, oui, bonjour! Look at how classy Jules Nemois is in his fancy suit and fancy top hat and his well-groomed mustache and beard and hair.
Getting into trouble.
Also, I don't remember my hair being grey, but maybe the stress caused it.
Cheap whiskey and stale cigarettes. My kind of place.
Now this looks like a real dive. Hey, I wonder if they got those floorboards in the creek when a stranger walks in.
Oh, probably. Well, you're wearing pretty heavy armor. Me, I am like fancy and suave. Trixie and Freddy, they look tense.
Humbug, Trixie, and worse, a thief.
I can't steal what's lawfully mine, you tangle-footed dimwit.
Bring it up, you two. I've heard more than enough of your shit for one day.
Okay, I'm interested in this. Hello.
That was my salvage, Trixie. You had no right to it then, and you've no right to it now.
Salve, Alexi, let them talk.
I risked my life sneaking around marauders to claim that wreck. And I didn't see your name on it.
Now you've done it. Eat fist!
All right, that's enough. This is a family establishment. You
Is it? Oh shit, I'll have to leave.
But this was personal, Lex. It's a question of salvage. That wreck was gonna make me a fortune.
Technically, that's business, not personal.
That's what I've been trying to tell him, but he won't listen.
Oh, it's the same fight every day. 5 years we've been at this, and we still can't agree on how to properly tag salvage. Now you two listen, this is my place. While you're in the Sprat Shack, you'll sit quietly, or I'll forbid you to come here at all. Is that understood?
Fair's fair. I'll have a stout, and we'll settle this later on our own terms.
Ah, it's no good to leave a fight unresolved. If I don't do something, these two are gonna be at each other's throats.
I can beat them both up. I could intervene if you like.
You'd do that for me?
Oh, oui, oui, you're pretty. Sure thing, it's kind of what I do for every fine young barmaid I come across.
I appreciate it all the same. You'll be paid for your time and expertise, of course. Freddy, Trixie, go on and make your case to the generous stranger.
I'll start, seeing as I'm the one who's been most wronged in this equation.
State your names for the lawful court of the tavern.
Oh, very formal. Freddy the Scab, freelancer for sublight salvage and shipping, same as my father before me.
Junkyard Trixie, also a salvage freelancer, though I've been at it longer than Freddy.
So,
should have brought the vicar
just
here.
up the road and due east of here, there's a shipwreck lodged in the mountainside, right? I staked my claim on that wreck. Then I wandered in for a drink. An hour later, Trixie swaggers in bragging about her salvage. Ugh, the nerve of some people.
And how did you mark the claim?
I climbed on top of it and called out in my loudest voice, "Finders keepers!"
That is not a permanent mark. Is that a legal method?
I don't know about legal, but it's legit by sublight standards. Assuming anyone was around to hear it, which we can't know for sure.
Someone must have heard me. They just ain't brave enough to step forward and admit it.
Very well, what's your side of the story, Trixie?
When I found the shipwreck, there were no salvage mark. See, the whole area was teeming with bloodthirsty marauders. So I snuck around and added my tag. Clear as day, so no drunken idiots could claim the salvage out from under me, Freddy.
For the record, when I heard the marauders coming, I left. Trixie must have set her mark down after me.
No speaking out of turn, but I'll allow this for once. I am
I
fancy.
kept my mouth shut during his story. He should have the courtesy to return the favor. Anyway, that's my story, sir.
What mark did you leave on the salvage, Trixie?
I drew an X in the dirt, with my toe.
That's not a very clear mark. Couldn't the Marauder have blown off it or the wind? Well, it's an asteroid, there's no wind.
Wouldn't surprise me in the least. But that doesn't mean it ain't mine.
In all my years, I've never heard a more contentious argument. I don't envy your shoulders for bearing the weight of responsibility. You've heard it from them both. So, who gets the salvage?
Me! These idiots don't know how to tech salvage. Well, actually. Honestly, yeah, these idiots don't know how to tech. I'll root for no one.
No kind of fair.
He ain't even from around here, Lex.
Here's a 6-pack on the house, plus your fee. Maybe now we'll finally get some peace around here for a change.
I don't think so. Does this happen often?
A little too often if you ask me. That's the sublight way. Anything worth doing is worth fighting over.
Well, yes, that would be a way to determine salvage. You just fight over it. Glad to be of service. Seeing
Come and
around.
chat if you're ever feeling thirsty.
I'm always thirsty.
Boss, I was hoping for a scuffle. I had a bottle ready and everything.
We could always go back and rile him up again later.
Good idea, you two. Speaking of bottles, let's not steal this one. So, raving drunk.
I don't even remember how I got here. Fell asleep one night and woke up in a lab.
Best type of night. Hello, what are you? Nothing. Garbage. Alright, let's have a chat with the barmaid.
Sorry about Freddy and Trixie. When they're not fighting over salvage, they're fighting over the bed sheets at night.
Oh, are they fighting in the bed sheets at night? Wait, those are a couple?
They like to blow off steam during work hours, but as soon as they clock out, they turn into a pair of kittens. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down. What'll it be?
Well, you better not, I can take a lot. Spectrum vodka, I want to see colors and lots of them.
Bottoms up. I assume you're here for salvage.
Sure, got any leads?
Even if I did, I ain't supposed to play favorites.
But I am
Most
cute.
of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day. Vicious cycle, but that's life. You're the first new face I've seen in a while.
And it's a good face, yes? Do you know anyone by the name Lucky Montoya?
Lucky? Sure, I knew him. He could get a little dramatic at times, but he was a good guy. Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the Office of Creative Incubation. Just
Oh,
down the
I'm
road.
very good at creatively incubating things. I'm interested in this office.
That's where the top rungers at Spacer's Choice came up with slogans of marketing.
Oh, I'm not about
He never
that
told me
type of
why it was so
incubation.
important. Awful shame about what happened to him.
What happened exactly?
You really want to hear my story?
We.
Wow, most everyone around here is sick to death of it by now.
Well, I am
Last
new.
I saw of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid, scared it off.
Go on.
Get this, the canid was chewing on an honest-to-law human arm. Lucky's arm.
How did you know it belonged to Lucky anyway?
I'm a bartender. Attention to detail is my middle name. Anyway, the arm was clutching a phonograph
Sure.
that mentioned someone named Alex Hawthorne. I did some poking around, and this Hawthorne has a reputation among the salvagers who frequent the bar. So I packaged up the arm nice and tidy and sent it care of the Halcyon Parcel Service. They even gave me a discount on the hazardous waste removal stamp.
Where was Lucky staying?
3rd floor. Once I figured he wasn't coming back to pay his tab, I left his room unlocked to air it out. You can help yourself to anything you left behind.
Oh, oui,
Fair
thank
warning,
you.
I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick lie down. Just wash your hands when you're done. Trust me.
I'll just wear gloves, that'll be better. So you run this place, yes?
Yes and no. The Sprat Shack used to be a shipping and receiving warehouse during the old Project Gorgon days. When Spacer's Choice pulled their guys off-world, Sublight moved into salvage what we could, and they put me in charge.
Why do you put quotation mark on salvage? So Sublight owns the Sprat Shack now.
Yes and no. Rumor has it there's a Sprat wandering around the Groundbreaker, and he's the legal owner of the Sprat Shack. Hagen's idea.
Dare I ask why the Sprat owns this bar?
See, Hagen didn't want a paper trail that led back to her, so she gave the bar to the Sprat. If there were any legal problems with this place, the Sprat would do the time.
You know, they do something similar in Byzantium. Fancier system, but same idea.
Hey, Sprats can be real dangerous. I once saw a Sprat cross a guy off. Well, not exactly. Guy I worked with choked on a Sprat bone while he was having his usual salt tuna for lunch.
Anyway, that's what the paperwork says. I don't make the rules.
Alright, I need a different voice for this one. Is that arrangement even legal? I
know
will
there's
make it
paperwork backing it
legal.
up. You put enough stamps and staples on anything, I'm pretty sure it's legal by default.
Yes, make it
The beautiful
legal.
thing is, no one could tell Matt Sprat apart from an ordinary vermin. I think that's kind of the point, to send the authorities on a wild Sprat chase.
I guess I'll try, thanks for the fascinating legal insight.
As far as business arrangements go, this one's a head-scratcher, but they say it's all above board, so that's what matters.
So back to my questions.
What's your pleasure?
Don't care if Spacer's Choice cares about it. How do you get supplies in and out?
Thirsty people come and go from all over the colony, mostly on the way to somewhere better. Some are well-connected, and not everyone pays with bits. That's how we get the unconventional goods anyhow. Sublight keeps us well-stocked with the essentials, by which I mean booze.
What do you know about Gorgon?
Spacer's Choice used to brew pharmaceuticals in these parts. That's why the asteroid smells like an old gym sock. They say Adrenatime came from here, just down the road at the old R&D lab. Very hush-hush back in the day.
Oh, I use that sometimes for sniff cocaine. Savages must be making a fortune off Gorgon.
Damn right we are. We've got drugs, scrap metal, prototype weapons, drugs, money, and more drugs. When Spacer's Choice
I like this
evacuated,
list.
everyone dropped their gear and ran. Most of it stayed where it fell, and all of it is up for grabs. Of course, the real treasure is whatever's locked up in the old facility. Until someone figures a way to crack it open, we're just sifting through dirt.
Oh, and the guy above the barkeep hates dirt. Any idea why Spacer's Choice shut Gorgon
I
down?
doubt anyone knows the full story. One day the evacuation order went out. Grunts and lab coats scrambled to get anywhere but Gorgon. And the weirdest thing of all, Adrenatime still hit the market. Me, I never touched the stuff. To each their own, but I think it's dangerous.
Well, probably, but what drug isn't? Would any of your regulars know more about Gorgon?
Roscoe might tell you more. He spent some time around here before the bar opened up. I trust him well enough. There's always Leonora, my favorite customer over in the storage room on the 2nd floor. Keeps to herself and always closes out her tab.
What can you tell me about Leonora?
Nice lady. Been coming around a lot these past few months. She isn't with Sublight, but seems to know the lay of the land better than anyone. She spends most of her days drinking alone. I think she's looking to hire someone. If you're open to a side gig.
Oh, oui. And what Ross thanks for tip. Do you know if she spoke with Lucky Montoya at all?
Now that you mention it, I thought I saw those two sharing stories over a pint. Didn't think twice about it. I don't speak ill of the dead, but Leonora deserves better company. That Lucky was no good for her.
Oh, I'll be very good to her. What's Roscoe's story?
He's been here since opening day. I think he told me he was some kind of journalist. He got left behind when Spacer's Choice pulled out. And I guess no one's coming to get him.
Why did he get left behind?
He didn't tell me and I didn't ask. I'm his bartender, not his human resources rep. If you believe the chatter, a lot of good folks got left behind, and a lot of bad folks made it out. Sometimes that's all there is to it.
Thanks for the tip.
What are friends for, eh?
Oh, I'm your friend, eh? Say maybe
You got it, bub.
we can be friends with benefits. But don't call me bub, it makes me think that you have claws in your hands. Gonna have a look around.
Be seeing you.
Alright, well, let's...
Are you my agent on the ground?
Sorry?
I've been sent to meet a certain someone about a certain piece of merchandise. They're supposed to use a secret code phrase.
Can't help you. I'm just here to drink.
That's the code phrase. It is you.
Quiet down. You're making a scene.
That's at the same time a good code phrase and maybe not so good. Hello, Sprat. Are you a legal owner? Hello, Sprat. Are you a legal owner? No one here. Right. Tricky one.
Nimble fingers, Captain.
So long and thanks for all the loot. I'll take this armor kit to boot and all the ammo you got stored in here. Well, that's closed.
Did you bring the payment?
I don't know. Did you bring the goods?
No payment, no goods.
Give me a taste of the goods. Just so I know I can trust you.
You can't trust me. Now, did you bring the payment?
I don't know. Did you bring the goods?
And they went around that for hours.
Auntie Pete? Mary the Sprat? Hardtack Harry?
It's Mary the Sprat. But don't you go telling anyone.
You work for Mary the Sprat. I work for Mary the Sprat.
Shit. We shouldn't be seen together. This is a setup. Or a hit. Or both?
Paranoia.
You don't know me. Just play it casual. Can I get you a drink?
Anyway. Where does this go? Ah, to the kitchen. We could see a lot of food there. But do we really need that? Adreno. Is that the same as adrenal time? I am not sure.
Groundbreaker never had bars this nice. They got balconies and everything.
I wouldn't get too close to that railing, just in case.
Ah, classic assassination move.
Jerome will love this place.
Ah, there's the Leonora. She's a bit grey-haired as well. Let's see. I'm confused. Am I grey-haired? Oh no, it's just a light. I'm light brownish haired. Fancy. Yes.
You don't look like one of the salvagers, no? Don't really seem like the type.
Oh no,
You
I'm
got the
just
look of
your
someone who
type,
traveled
baby.
far to get here, and whose journey is far from over.
I could say I've seen things. I could say the same about you, baby.
Not me. I'm right back where I started, and the end is almost in sight. Listen to me, being all vague and mysterious.
Oh, I like
I
it.
don't know if you're bound for the old ruins, but in case you are, can you look into something? I'd do it myself, but of course the Marauders would eat me alive.
Yeah, they are kind of cannibalistic. Depends on what you need.
Looking for something out there. Been paying Sublight to help me, but they haven't made much progress.
This something must be valuable.
It is to me, but apparently it's junk to Sublight. My husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times. Jerome was on maintenance duty.
Oh shit, sorry I've been hitting on you.
Sparkled.
And where were you during the bad
Getting
times?
the hell off Gorgon. In his final hours, Gorgon was a war zone. Violence broke out in the labs. The hills were full of marauders. You couldn't take a leisurely stroll without an armed escort. When the order came through to evacuate,
Soon the hills will be filled
non-essential
with the sound of
personnel drew
screams.
a lottery to see who would board the first wave of ships. Jerome won. I lost. As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets and pushed me to the front of the line. I got to leave. Jerome stayed behind. I never saw him again.
Oh, that's a good man. Very noble of him.
That Jerome always chose the right thing, even when it got him killed. This place is greedy. Took my Jerome, and it would have taken me too. I just want one thing back. His old hip flask. I gave it to him the day we signed our marriage contract, and he carried it wherever he went. I know it's still here.
Ah, so when he went drinking too much, he would still think of you. That's very clever, wifely doing things there. What do you think happened to Jerome?
No point in denying it. He died on this rock. Likely torn apart by marauders, unless he took care of himself on his own terms. I don't like to imagine what happened, but I know I have to accept it.
I'll keep an eye out for that flask for
You'd
you.
really do that for me? Law. And I'll bet you're worth 10 of those Sublight sprats.
Oh, damn right.
I don't
Look at
have
my
much,
suit.
but if you help me, there's a little set aside for the occasion. Jerome used to drink with his buddies in a small kitchen opposite the maintenance shed. Might be a good place to check first.
I want to ask you something first. Did you know Lucky Montoya?
That old flirt?
Oh, oui.
Yeah. I let him buy me a drink or two. He talked my ear off about exciting jobs he'd done. All lies, I'm sure. He fell asleep with his head on my shoulder. That man had baggage like you wouldn't believe. I didn't think anyone could be lonelier than me.
Was he depressed?
He put on quite a front, but I think he was weary. Like he'd seen too much and had too little to show for it. Guess we were kindred spirits in a way.
Did he mention the Gorgon, anything about the Gorgon research facility?
He bragged about having the key to some sort of maintenance area in one of the old buildings. I never saw it, so I just assumed he was talking himself up. He also asked if I wanted to see something gross and slimy he kept in his room, but I declined, politely.
I would not call my thingy-ling that. Well, that's all. Thank you for the time.
My condolences if you two were close.
No. Well, he gave me a hand a few times. One time. Get it? Tell me about your time on
The
Gorgon.
lab coats kept quiet about the project, but the air was charged with excitement. You could feel it wherever you went. They wanted to change the world. A tenfold boost to worker productivity with no side effects? Who wouldn't salivate at the thought? I don't know
Worker?
what went wrong, but when the shit hit the fan, it sprayed everyone in its path, including me.
Alright, be seeing you. So that's one story.
That last drink you ordered had a punch to it. What did you say it was called?
Lunar Eclipse Mix. It's just pep pills and a 2-hour energy brew. My ex used to have them with breakfast.
Okay, I'll note that down. Don't want to know. So there's one person, Roscoe, that I think we still have to talk to. And the next episode we can do these jobs, get on out there killing things.
Huh, who's this now? Wonder if they could...
Ah, yeah, called Roscoe.
Who am I kidding?
Oh, fancy a game?
Holy shit, a fresh face. Haven't seen your like in years. Don't know what brought you to the most dangerous corner of this solar system, pal. But you're welcome here. Oh, you talked to Lex yet? She tell you to keep it civil? You wouldn't guess to talk to her, but that lady's got a mean left hook.
Oh, really? You experienced that? You folk get into a lot of fistfights here?
Me? Nah. Never been a pugilistic kind of guy. Did most of my fighting with a pen back when I did it at all. Nowadays, I just drink. At least Lex has got the good manners to let me do it for free.
That is very good manners. I talked with her. She mentioned you were some kind of journalist.
Some kind. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Got into reporting thinking I was going to be some sort of public intellectual. What a joke. Spent 95% of my time playing stenographer to the board. And the rest, writing puff pieces on the chairman's latest beard trim. Real life and death shit.
You seem like you're having a rough time. Can I help you with something?
If you're going back out there, do you think you'd be willing to do an old bastard a small favor?
Depends. Details first, promises later.
Told you I was a journalist, right? I was here on a story back when Project Gorgon was active. I was doing an interview series for Spacer's Choice. Recorded them all on these little portable phonographs. But when everything fell to shit, Spacer's Choice wouldn't let me leave. Terms of my reporting contract unmet, they said.
You hit them and now you need me to get them back. That about covers it?
Right on the money. Look,
oh yes,
I'm
money.
No fighter. I've never even touched a gun. But you're just the right amount of rough around the edges. Help
well,
me
the
get
edges, my suit
back
is very
so I
smooth.
can finally get the hell out of here.
Why did you stash the recordings?
Someone had been trying to steal them since the day my assistant and I started interviewing. Couldn't even keep them in my safe. They always found a way in. So I took to hiding them all over the fucking asteroid. Thought I was so clever. What a fool I was.
Actually, it might have been clever. Who knows? You mentioned an assistant. Where are they now?
Oh, Georgie? Yeah, she helped me with interviews. A real whiz with the portable recorder tech, too. When things got crazy, I shoved her onto the last ship off Gorgon. With any luck, she's safe and comfortable in Byzantium. She tried every which way to stay, but it was my contract keeping us here, not hers. Didn't seem fair she'd have to suffer just because I made a bad deal.
What is in this for me? Actually, why not just forget the contract and leave?
Oh, I've tried. Make no mistake. I've caught a couple of rides out with sublight folks. But the board's fixers always send me right back. And I'm not about to stand toe-to-toe with marauders just to fulfill a line item on a contract.
That's some corporate enforcement there. Hey, go back to the dead facility. There's nothing there. Well, yeah, you still have a job there, even though there's no more company there. Well, it's your lucky day, Roscoe. I'll get those recordings for you.
That's downright civilized of you.
Oh, oui, very civilized.
Right. One of them I stashed in the Office of Creative Incubation, in the projector room on the 3rd floor. I gave another to my friend Birdie to keep in her apartment, just outside OCI's upper entrance.
Got it. Next.
You'll find another in the chem lab. It's in the main lab storage room.
Making notes here. Alright, easy enough. And the others?
The final one is in Human Inquiry and Auditing. It's tucked behind a pipe in Observation Room B.
Wouldn't someone have seen you in an observation room?
What with the test subjects running loose, the researchers were surprisingly unobservant.
No promises, but I'll let you know if I find anything.
That's more than I've been able to hope for in years. Thank you.
Right, so we have some nice side jobs. I think next episode we'll go and explore that one room. I really wonder if we can find the Sprat who owns the bar. And if we can kill him if we get the bar. I don't actually think that legally murdering an owner automatically gives you a right to its property. Even in this world. Anyways, yes, we'll check out Lucky Montoya's room next episode and then head on out for adventure. Till then,